Today, I just want to give you a walk-around overview for beginners of the DJI Mini 2. So the DJI Mini 2 has an estimated top speed of 36 miles an hour and a max flight time of about 31 minutes. So the Mini 2 is classified to be able to withstand level 5 wind resistance. And what that essentially translates to is about 19 to 24 miles an hour. But it will give you warnings if it feels that there are wind gusts or things going on that might actually overpower your drone while it's in the air. And the Mini 2, of course, uses OcuSync 2.0 for radio and video transmissions and has an estimated max range of about 6 miles. Now, the other thing is the DJI Mini 2 is not water resistant. Be very mindful if you're flying close to water. The sensors on the drone, which we'll talk about in a few minutes, can be confused when it's over reflective or moving surfaces. So now let's take a walk around the drone so I can tell you about each of the individual parts and where they're located at. So on the top, what do you have? The DJI logo. Again, what do you expect? And of course you have your arms, and your arms will have to be folded out for you to be able to fly. And you'll want to fold out your front arms first and then the rear ones. I do at times forget that. So it is possible to fold out the rear arms before folding out the front ones. The front two arms actually house the antennas that send the OcuSync signal back to your mobile device and your controller. And then you have motors at the end of each arm. Each one of these motors either turn in a clockwise or a counterclockwise direction. Of the two motors you have in the front, one will be rotating clockwise, the other one will be rotating counterclockwise. And of course the motors actually spin the propellers, which provide lift to your drone, as well as help it to actually function and do the things that you want it to do. On the front of the drone, you have the gimbal and the camera. The gimbal is a 3-axis gimbal, which means it can stabilize the tilt, or up and down, the pan, left and right, and the roll, or horizontal leveling of the camera. And as you can imagine, because of the way the gimbal and camera are situated, there are some limitations, but the gimbal is what allows the camera to capture smooth and stable video, as well as level off the horizon for your photos. Now the camera is what's called a CMOS camera that can capture 4K video with an aperture of 2.8 and can capture 12 megapixel photos. When it comes to capturing photo, the DJI Mini 2 will capture both JPEG and RAW of every image at the same time. The RAW format will allow you to be able to go in and edit the photo. The JPEG is what you're used to capturing if you're using a cell phone or any other device. So also at the very front here, you have the LED orientation indicator. The normal mode is a pulsing white. However, you can customize the color in the app, and there are many different states of this LED in relation to the way that it is actually transferring images and video back to your controller and your mobile device. I recommend that you go into the manual when you receive it and look through those states so you can get a better understanding of what that front LED is actually telling you. And then on the front, on the Mini 2, you have two vents that are actually functional vents that allow airflow to go into the drone and cool the battery as well as some of the electronics as is in the air flying. So on the back of your drone, you have, first of all, your battery door, and that door allows you to replace your intelligent flight battery. And below the battery door, you have a USB-C port, which allows you to charge your battery up while the battery is installed in the drone. And then you have your micro SD card slot. The micro SD card is not included with the drone. You can capture single photos and record a video of 720p without an SD card installed. It will just simply store all of your video and photo to your mobile device. The largest SD card that the Mini 2 will accept is a 256 gig SD card. Down in the description, I'll have my links for the recommended SD card for the Mini 2, as well as a few other things, so make sure you check that out. And at the very bottom, you have the aircraft status LED, or a quick transfer button. So that light is also a button. On the bottom of the drone, you have your battery LED lights. When the drone is shut off, you can tap on the power button and it will tell you what the current battery charge level is of your installed battery. And then you have at the bottom here your downward vision system and infrared sensing system. The downward vision system is a single camera, and the infrared system has 2 infrared modules. The two work together to help the Mini 2 to hold its position when flown indoors or when there is no GPS connection available. Now, I really wanted to share with you some thoughts about the battery, but the battery in itself is so detailed that I think that might require an additional video. So for now, I would just say that the DJI Mini 2 uses an intelligent flight battery, and that battery should give your drone an estimated 31 minutes of flight time. And that flight time could vary based on environmental conditions. So that is the Mini 2. I hope this helped you in some way and helped you understand a little bit more of what makes up your Mini 2 and how wonderful of a device this actually is. Hopefully this will also give you an understanding of how your Mini 2 works so that you can know what's going on as you go out and capture fantastic video and take some awesome photos with your Mini 2. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thanks for watching this video to the end and have a fantastic day.